Hi, and welcome to ASHA Global Voices podcast, where we share powerful stories from around the world on diverse cultures, leadership, and the human experiences that bring us all closer together. I'm Tiasha Sterle, host and creator of this podcast. As a cross-cultural leadership coach, I empower global leaders to transform cultural diversity into their greatest competitive advantage. I hope you enjoy each episode and join me on this journey to uncover unique perspectives and the universal lessons that unite us. If you are inspired by what you hear, please consider subscribing and supporting the Asha Global Voices podcast. Your support means the world. Now, let's dive in. And remember, our differences are what enrich us and make us human. Hey everyone, welcome. Today my guest is Mili Strzelecki. Mili has traveled to many different countries and experienced different cultures. She was born in Argentina, in South America, and now enjoys exploring the world as a digital nomad. While she's often traveling the globe, Madrid in Spain is the place she calls home when she's not on the move. Professionally, Mili wears many hats. She is the head of Conversational UX Design, Computational Linguist, and a Conversational AI Consultant. With her expertise at the intersection of language and technology, Mili contributes to shaping the future of human-computer interactions, helping bridge the gap between people and AI through innovative, user-centric designs. Hola, Mili, y bienvenida.
Hello, thank you so much. Muchas gracias por esa bienvenida en español.
Is it correct? Would someone in Argentina greet you like that? Hola and bienvenida. So, hi and welcome.
Yes, that's perfect. That was perfect. Hola, bienvenida. And okay, thank you so much for this invitation. Gracias por la invitación.
Thank you, Mili, for taking the time. I'm super excited to hear everything that you will share with us. But before we really dive into it, I prepared quick fire questions for you. So basically, these are three statements, and I will, read them, and you just say true or false. And after that, we would love to hear more about why you have chosen true or false. Are you ready?
Okay, perfect. Let's go for it.
Okay. The first one. In Argentina, it is considered polite to show up exactly on time for social events. True or false?
That's a difficult one.
Think,
I think it's true. Okay.
It's true. Okay. The second one. In Argentina, leaders often focus on building personal relationships and open communication with their teams. True or false?
True. True.
Okay. And the third one. In Argentina, it's common to drink mate throughout the day, even during work or social gatherings. True or false?
So true.
So true. Okay, Billy, can you tell us a bit more about mate? What is it? What is this drink?
Okay, this is it's a social drink. It's not about the drink itself. It's a drink that brings people together. So, for example, if you, I don't know, if you go to a park and you see a group of Argentinians there and they have a mate and you ask for a mate, you will definitely get a mate too. So it's not about the drink itself. It's about how that drink gathers people together.
Hmm. And mate it's like a tea, right? It's made of
It's
uh
something like a
tell me.
tea because you have to use yes, it's called yerba yerba mate, and yeah, you can say it's like a tea. You have to put the yerba inside that recipient that you will use to the mate, which is called mate too. And then you have to add some hot water that shouldn't be boiled, and yeah, then you can every time you put the water, you have to drink it, Then you make another one and you can share it with someone else.
So it's basically as I remember it, it looks kind of like tea leaves, but it's not really tea,
Yeah,
right?
it's not exactly tea leaves, and it's called sherb.
Sherba.
Yes,
I
yes,
also
exactly.
have one story when we were somewhere in the mountains in India and with an Argentinian
Really?
friend, and every day he was saying to us, "We have to drink mate." And finally, one
Of
day
course.
arrived. We were watching the sunset, and he prepared mate, and he was also the first one drinking it, and then I was the next one, and then it went like this. He said that the host, the one who prepares it, should be drinking it first. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct because the first one doesn't taste really good. So it's like, okay, I'm going to take the first one, and then the other ones is for sharing with another person.
Hmm. Yeah, and at the time I was thinking, do we have a ritual like that in Slovenia? And I was not able to come up with any. I think it's such a beautiful ritual, as you said, that you can share.
Yeah, yeah.
Either even with friends or with even strangers in the park, as you said. Wow,
Course,
so
it's
nice.
a social drink. It's not about only the flavor of it. It's how it makes you feel and how it
Mm,
connects you with another people, with your friends or with your family. So yeah, it's so specific and so special thing.
super nice. And can you tell me about the first statement now? You said that in Argentina it is considered polite to show up exactly on time for social events. You said that it's
I think
true,
I was
is
lying.
it?
I think I was lying. Yeah, I mean, it should be true, but I think it's not. Because we're not so good at punctuality. But that's something we should learn, I think. I mean, our public transports, for example, are not on time, or we are not so used to uh, arrive on time. So I think it's polite, but it's not something we really do, or we really do in that way.
So if I go to Argentina and you or somebody else invites me, to a party or to a social gathering at 9, when should I arrive so I wouldn't be the first one waiting for everyone? 15 minutes
Okay.
after
So
9
it's
or
it's just a part. It's just a party, or it's like a dinner before party.
let's say
What
a
are you
dinner
imagining?
before. I would love
Okay.
to eat some Argentinian food as well.
Okay. So perhaps if you're there for dinner, if you're there at 9 or 9:30, I think you will be okay. You know.
Okay, so half an hour, it's okay. The difference.
I think that's okay. But sometimes it's like if you know that your friends are not usually on time, you know that, and that's okay too. So you're not going to be waiting for your friends because you already know that the person is not going to be on time. So you respect.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's no right or wrong. Different cultures are, you know,
Yes,
different with timings. So when I was in Spain and I was spending a lot of time with Spanish people and Italians, and I was always on time as a Slovenian, I was always waiting for them. And then they were saying to me, "What's wrong with you, Jasha? You have to just arrive 15 minutes later. That's it." So, and I started doing this.
that's right.
Okay, so the third one, yeah, the third one was in Argentina, leaders often focus on building personal relationships and open communication with their teams. You said yes. Can you say a bit more about it?
Well, I think that when it comes to leadership in Argentina, leaders try to build that deep bonds or personal connections. I think we are also whole individuals, so we can't separate personal life from work. So yeah, it's when you're leading a team, you have to be aware of what are they feeling, or what are they expressing, and also help them and be supportive with them, not only with the challenges the team may face face at work, but also in their lives, because they're whole individuals. So you have to be there for them. And yeah, I think in Argentina, it's really common to create that kind of deep bond.
That's so beautiful to hear. Thanks so much for sharing this. We will talk about leadership a bit more. I'm so curious to hear your
Okay.
thoughts on that.
Okay.
But before, if we stay a little bit more in Argentina, um, can you tell me what how was growing up in Argentina? Do you have maybe a fondest memory that you can share with us?
Of course. Okay. Well, growing up in Argentina was a bittersweet experience. One of my fondest memories is going on holiday with my family, perhaps. And although our financial situation was difficult, was not good, my uncles had an apartment near the beach, so we went there every year. And I remember those long days playing in the sun, splashing in the waves, staying until the sunset. But in a way, it feels now like a preview or a spoiler of the life I would eventually live. But well, I was saying it was a bit of experience, because my childhood was also marked by the loss of my father when I was 7 years old, and it was on Christmas. And that event shaped me in many ways. It's when I first began writing, and I remember that my first piece was a poem dedicated to him as some kind of therapy, I think. So from then on, I grew up surrounded by books and my own writings, which became a constant in my life.
Thank you so much for sharing this so honestly and openly, Millie. Sorry to
Yeah,
hear
of
about
course.
your father.
That's totally okay.
But also so beautiful to hear that you found yourself as well in books, and I know that you are writing a book also, and that you will be publishing a book soon.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
that's super exciting.
Yeah, I'm so excited too about it. So of course, that's a lot of work. Yeah.
I can imagine, and I know, Millie, you are like you have so many talents, and you seem so curious about life to me and learning things and everything. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I would also love to hear more about the book, but maybe if you just say a little bit more in Argentina, what would you
Yeah, of
say you
course.
love most about Argentina?
Mm, I would say it's the way we are passionate about everything. I mean, music, sports, politics, everything. I think we live life with awareness of the present, and also when we set a goal, we chase it with determination. So that's a really nice thing. And also, I'm a huge fan of Argentinian friendship. I love the way we cherish our friends, and how we are always open to sharing our lives and our homes with everyone, you know? So that's really nice
Mm.
thing, I think, about Argentina.
So you would say that you are hospitable if somebody comes to your country, that you like to host them and feel that they can
Yeah.
feel that they're welcome.
Of course, but not only in your country. If you're living in another country and it's your first day in there, and you make a friend, you're going to open your house to that friend. Because
Mm.
that's the way we like to experience life.
So you would say that in general, Argentinians like are passionate,
About
like to
everything. We
connect
live
about
everything
everything.
yeah, 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 yeah. With so passion, you know? Yeah. I
Why
don't
do
know.
you think that is so, that you are so passionate?
I don't really know. I don't have an explanation for that. um, I
Yeah,
think
okay.
perhaps life is difficult for us from the beginning, so we learn to be to have awareness of the present and to live every moment as a unique moment.
Can you tell us a bit more about why is it difficult from the beginning? Because the social economic status of
Yeah,
Argentina are
the economic uncertainty. I mean, it's always with you in Argentina, and also the fear caused by insecurity. That's well, that's two things that are around you all the time. So yeah, I mean, I grew up with that in my mind, and even if you moved to another country, you still keep that for yourself because it's something that it's really common for you. I mean, it's in your social environment, so it's really common to think about that all the time.
okay. So, is there one thing if you would have like a magic wand that you would change about Argentina? What would it be?
One thing, okay,
If there is
um,
anything, if it's not, that's okay
yes,
too.
only one. Okay,
Only one.
yeah, yeah, I think the economic uncertainty. I think that affects almost everyone. So I would choose that.
So, as you said, that you are really also open and passionate, and also because of everything that is going on in Argentina, you try to live in the moment. Um, is there anything that Argentinians don't talk about? Is there anything that is taboo?
Yeah. I think there's nothing like a taboo
No?
in Argentina. We're open to talking about everything at any time. I mean, religion, politics, sexual topics, personal issues, financial problems, everything, trending topics. Yeah, I think we're always ready to discuss everything. I can't imagine a taboo. Yeah, in Argentina.
That's fantastic. Did you ever in life encounter, probably because you are also a digital nomad, you travel a lot, now you live in Spain. Um, how do you find other cultures that might not be as open as you are as an Argentinian?
Well, yes, that's really common, and I think that's the magic of being a digital nomad and embracing different cultures, because it's necessary to understand that we don't feel and we don't experience life in the same way. So yeah, one thing is uh, what I was telling you before about friendship. I think. Well, as I was telling you, in Argentina, you can make a friend in just one day, and that person is going to will open you at their home and introduce you to their family and all that kind of things. But perhaps in another countries, in Spain also, or in Europe in general, I mean, there's a lot of people that are really open and ready to hang out. But when it comes to forming a deep bond, I think it takes much longer.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't know why. Perhaps I don't know. You can tell me how is that in Slovenia. But I think when you need to form that kind of deep bonds, it's a little bit more difficult. Perhaps. What do you
Yeah,
think about it? How is that
no,
in Slovenia?
I would completely agree with you. I think in Europe in general, well, the countries and cultures differ a little bit, but we are so much more individualistic uh, than
Yeah,
than and not and more close. Slovenia is quite close, if you ask me. Maybe Spanish more open than Slovenians, but as you said, if you compare it to Argentinians, in probably still close in
yeah,
really forming these bonds. I would love that we would all be like Argentinians, as you said it, because I think it would be so much more fun, if we could, make friendship so easily and talk about
yeah,
everything. It would really enrich our lives. But yeah.
yeah. That's nice. I think. Yeah, I try to be that way because I can't be another person, you know. I am who I am. So yeah, sometimes people may think that Argentinians are so intense, and honestly, I think we are. And I also
In what
have
way?
I have higher levels of intensity in that way. I mean, if we are friends, we an Argentinian people, an Argentinian is going to ask you everything, is going to write to you every time, it's going to hug you every time they see you, and I don't know, that person is going to stay by you during any difficult situation or moment you're going through. I think, yeah, we create deep bonds.
And if I can share, we met on LinkedIn. So we connected on LinkedIn and I invited you for a chat, right? And I
Yes,
immediately, I enjoyed it so much with you. I thought you were so open, so energetic, and as well, such an interesting person. And it was really easy for me to bond and with you. And it's not as easy with everyone for sure.
that's true.
So yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I found the Slovenian people really close to and yeah, open to sharing. So yeah, I think that's a special thing about the Slovenia.
Okay, now we have spoken a little bit about Argentinian culture and how open you are. But is there anything else that you would say that, in your opinion, maybe um, other cultures could learn from Argentinians?
Okay. Yeah, so one is this one, celebrate friendship, as I was telling you, and perhaps bring emphasis on personal connections. Another thing could be enjoy the moment a little bit more and have more awareness of the present and a relaxed approach to life, perhaps.
Hmm.
And another thing could be perhaps the sense of community and sharing. You know, that sharing mindset and a collaborative social life.
I love it so much, Mili. And is it true that your book is also it's a fictional book, but it kind of has some really deep messages in it? Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yes, of course. Okay, well, the book is called Itinerante in Spanish. In English should be, I don't know, itinerant, wanderer. I don't know
Mhm.
exactly what would be the exact name in English. And yes, it's a book with contains 68 micro stories, you know, and they are divided in 5 chapters: identity, attachment, consciousness, transformation, and journey. And the stories are not directly connected, but they have some intertextual references that link them. And then, well, many of the themes explore the inner journey and the idea of movement, among others. Sure.
This sounds so fantastic, Mili. I'm super excited to get your book. So please share
Oh,
it with me
nice.
and once it's out, because
Of course I will.
I love books with stories with
Okay.
messages that I can think about. Makes me think about life. Um,
Lovely. That's nice.
Beautiful. And I also know that you were not a digital nomad since always. And can
Of
you can
course.
you share this transition into being a digital nomad? How did it happen?
Okay. Well, yes, I have always been passionate about traveling, I think. But yeah, in 2021, after the pandemic, there was a shift in my life, and my mother passed away, and that made me rethink on how ephemeral life is. I mean, we really only get one, and you only live once. So, well, back in 2020, I had started a fully remote job at Bossy. It's the same I have right now. And that also gave me the flexibility to work from anywhere. So, well, I think that's the transition I made. And well, I believe that movement allows us to experience life differently because we step outside our comfort zones and we open ourselves up to new possibilities. So, embracing different cultures, languages, I think that shows us new perspectives and help us grow in ways we never imagined. So, yeah, I think that was that the thing that made me become a digital.
Sorry to hear about your mother, Mili.
Thank
And if I understood correctly, you started working remote while you were still in Argentina, and then
No, I was already
no,
living in Spain. Yeah, yeah, because I
uh-huh,
moved to Spain 7 years ago. So
uh-huh,
I was already in Spain.
okay. And the first time we talked, you said that you are also really passionate to kind of inspire others to maybe become
Yeah.
digital nomad.
Yes, that's true.
Why are you passionate about that?
Well, I think that is that if we could all experience that lifestyle, we can see a lot of benefits around it. I think being a digital nomad offers me the freedom to design my life around work and travel, and I love that I can work from anywhere. Yeah, I think that kind of lifestyle has also helped me become more adaptable and open-minded. So that allows me to think life differently. It allows me to lead and to understand different cultures. And I think it's nice to share that with the people, with people that are thinking about the same, but perhaps they have some fear about it, or perhaps they are thinking about, oh, I don't know if this is or not for me. But I don't know. I imagine a world where we are all in movement, you know. So yeah, I think that's why I'm passionate about it.
It really resonates with me as well. As you said, that if we travel, it makes us more open-minded, more adaptable. I think these are great qualities. So if everyone, would travel more, meet different cultures, different religions, we would, the world would be such a probably nicer place because people would be more open-minded and
Totally,
more, accepting of each
totally,
other and our differences and uniqueness.
totally. Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah.
But tell me, really, what would you say is one challenging thing about being a digital nomad? Is there anything?
Okay. Yes, yes. There's a lot of challenges. I think. Well, one of the biggest challenges I faced was adapting to different time zones and jet lag, of course, with working hours while staying productive, of course. That's one. Another thing is setting a routine because you're not on vacation, you're not on holiday. You have to think how your routine is going to be there in that new place, even if it's only for 1 month. I think
Hmm.
it's necessary to have that kind of schedule or routine. Um, then another thing, but I love this challenge, is communicating in different languages. I mean that kind of moment when you arrive to a small town, nobody there speaks your language or any language you know. So you have to manage to communicate to get what you need. So it's a moment when you need to learn so fast some words and start talking with everyone there. So that's a challenge, but I love
Mm. And I know you love this challenge because you told me that you visited Slovenia. We haven't met each other yet there, but
it.
you
Yeah,
told me as well that you learned two songs in
I learned two
Slovenia, which
songs.
is
I learned two
like
songs. Yeah.
even more. which is absolutely amazing, really. And really, Slovene, it's not the easiest language at all.
I know, but it sounds amazing. I mean, I love the sound of the Slovenian language, you know?
Well, thank you so much. And I love the sound of Spanish language. No, but really, this is amazing. Sometimes people go and live in different cultures and they have challenges learning the language. And you were visiting Slovenia for probably not so long. How long was it?
Only 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks, and you learned songs in Slovenian. That's absolutely like mind blowing, Mili.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
What
you. But
helps you?
I've learned one, and it was in one day, you know. And that's why the people there gave me a board with the song because they were
Hmm.
so surprised that I could learn that song
This
so
was a
fast.
gift.
Yeah, it was a
For
gift.
the
Yeah,
listeners that they don't know, before we started, Millie showed me this wooden,
yeah,
I
of
think it's
course.
wooden
I have it here.
tablet, and then the song is written on it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, with such a river.
it's
You
Socha
know.
River. This is a beautiful river here in Slovenia.
Yeah, beautiful.
Amazing. So, what would you say helps you learn languages? Is it your curiosity, or what is it?
That's a difficult question. I think it's because I am a linguist, so I know a little bit of grammar and structures. So I think that could be the reason, but
Mm-hmm.
also that I'm really passionate about that. So if you feel passionate about a thing, I think you put all, all of you to get that and to yeah to get that thing and to make that a part of your life. So for me, learning languages is not only I think I do for myself. I think if you understand how people experience their lives with their own language, with a native language, you understand that people better because language is a part of our identity. So you need to understand languages to understand better people's identity.
I agree with you. And also what you shared before about adaptability, if you're a digital nomad, that you have to kind of plan in advance. I think
Yeah,
this is a true and challenge, but also really good advice for
yeah,
everyone that is planning to
of
maybe become a
course.
digital nomad.
Yeah, of course. There's so many countries that you need to learn just a little bit of the language just to communicate.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And tell us about your work now a little bit. What does a conversational UX designer do?
Okay, I can tell you. So, well, a conversational UX designer is essentially responsible for creating experiences that allow people to interact with machines in a natural and human way. And this could be through chatbots or voice assistants. And well, the main tasks involve defining a bot persona, which is going to be the identity of the virtual assistant, taking into account the user's needs, and designing the whole conversational solution process, mapping out how the conversation should go from the start to finish. So, for example, if I need to create a customer service solution for, I don't know, an airline company, I have to think about the business rules, the main objective of the use case, the tone, the personality the assistant should have, and what the users are going to ask to satisfy their needs. So, well, in my team, we play not only the conversational designer role, but also the computational linguistic role. So we have to define how the assistant will understand the user's intentions. And well, that's really amazing because when it comes to um, understanding a language for machines, we might use either natural language processing models, which are more structured and based on semantic rules with intents and utterances, or we might use large language models, which are really famous right now, like GPT, and these are much more flexible and can handle a wide range of conversational styles. So, well, of course, it doesn't stop there because we have to keep monitoring and learning and iterating. But we say that every conversation can teach us something new, and I think that's what it keeps this so exciting, about this kind of job. You're always learning new things.
Really, just to kind of summarize, if we understand correctly, if I understand correctly. So
Okay.
you gave us the example of an airline, right? So I'm a customer, let's say, and I have a problem with,
Yes.
my ticket. So I call the airline, right? And
Okay.
on the other end, a bot answers the phone.
That's right.
And I can kind of figure out my challenge, find a solution together with the bot. I don't even speak to a real person. But
That's right. The bot is going to ask you, how can I help you? And you're going to say problem you're facing. So the bot has to be able to understand what you're
Hmm.
saying to give you a solution.
But as a client, will I know that I'm talking to you?
Perhaps it depends on the solution. Yes, I think you will be able to know that, to notice that. But sometimes, for some people, it's difficult to know the difference,
Hmm.
between a machine or a person, or which is on the phone. So yeah, it depends, I think.
Yeah, you are definitely in the future business. And it sounds really interesting, everything that you described. So many different things you have to think about. And, each project is probably completely different,
Yeah,
right?
each conversation it's completely
Each
different.
conversation, even.
Yeah, each conversation. So you can learn a lot when you analyze conversation. So
So,
yeah, that's really exciting. Yep.
so basically, how do you do it? You Once it's live, once the bot is live,
Mhm.
you are still monitoring it and analyzing
All the
the
time.
conversation so
Yeah,
that you
that's
can
necessary.
update it and that it becomes better, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yes, that's iterating it to make it better every time, of course.
Okay, great. And you also manage a team, as you also mentioned.
Yes,
And
yes, that's true.
I would like to ask you because I know that also your background is in learning, right?
Yes, I have been a teacher
A teacher,
for
you've been a teacher.
7 years, I think, in Argentina mostly.
Hmm.
Yes, so I have that background, but then I moved to computational linguistic field, and I'm there right now. Yeah.
And how would you say that being a teacher with your background helped you in any way of, maybe being a better leader?
Of course, because you have to train your team all the time. That's really necessary, and also in communication, of course, because when you're leading a team, you have to be aware of what they are feeling and what they are experiencing during not only the job but also in their lives. So I think, yeah, it's like a group of soft skills that helps me a lot with the leadership role, of course, but it has a lot of challenges. Yeah.
What would you say is like the biggest challenge for you or one of the challenges?
Okay. Well, I think one of the biggest challenges I face leading a team is training in them a growth mindset or adaptation to change. Personally, I enjoy stepping out of my comfort zone. So Yeah, but that's not something you can easily train in people. So in a team where we are constantly, where we need constantly learning, growing, facing new challenges. I think training those skills becomes a significant challenge. So, well, I work on it every day, and with my communication, with one-on-one meetings, and always listen carefully to what they feel and what they express. But another thing I think it is that, and I think I've overcome this challenge, and it's not internalizing my team's frustrations. I've learned how to deal with the frustration of seeing them struggle so I can better guide them through those difficult moments.
That's amazing, Mili. But tell me, can you share one strategy of how you try to help your team with the growth mindset?
I throw them to the swimming pool. Just go and do it. And I think the best thing you can do as a leader is to give your team trust and empowerment. I think that is the fastest way to help them grow. It's not protecting them, it's throwing them to the challenges and saying to them, okay, I believe in you. I know you can do it. So go for it.
And if I understood correctly, before you were like, if they were struggling, you kind of wanted to help them, and once you overcome that, now you like to see them grow, you empower them.
Yeah, that's true. Because I think that's a better way, and that allows them uh, to grow fast because they are experience directly these kind of challenges.
Absolutely agree with you, Mili. Is it your team? Where are they from? Is it an international team?
Yeah, they are in Colombia,
Uh-huh.
Argentina, Mexico, while I am in Spain, Uruguay, and what else? That's it. Because sometimes we have, we had people from other countries, but now
Would you say, is there any particular challenge you face leading them because they are from different cultures?
no, because I have that open mind that well that I already got with traveling. So for me, understanding different cultures and perspectives is really common. It's a part of my life. So no, I don't think there's a challenge there. I I even think that actually it helps the team to be better because we don't agree every time in every decision we have to make. So that different perspectives uh, allows us to think differently all the time. So I think that's better.
That's wonderful to hear, Millie. And I can imagine that with your, open and warm approach, that you really, help them also with your trust, empowering them and just being so open-minded. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, and I really enjoy leadership. Leadership is amazing, I think.
Tell me, what do you
Yeah.
enjoy the most about it?
Well, I have been in a leadership role for 4 years now. So I have to say that this has been the period when I've grown and learned the most. And I truly enjoy believing in new talents, especially people who are just starting their careers. For me, it's incredible to take chance on someone at the beginning of their journey and then watch them grow so quickly and reaching levels of potential like never thought possible. So, yeah, I think that, yeah, as people, everything we experience in life matters. So I try to stay there, to stay aware of what my team is going through and be supportive. But as I was saying before, I never hesitate to throw them into difficult challenges because I truly, truly believe.
Great to hear, Millie. I do agree with you. I think we grow most when, we are out of our comfort zones, even though
Totally.
it's uncomfortable for all of us. But the more
Oh,
that we do it, the more used to it, kind of, we become.
okay.
Also, at the beginning, if I can share, before we started this podcast, I also shared with you that I'm a little bit, nervous. And then you said as well that you are, but we said we were going to do it anyway.
Of
And
course. Yeah, we're here. So,
and I've had so much fun. Millie, one of my last questions I would like to ask you, if
okay.
you would imagine like a better world, what would that world look like?
Okay. According to work or, well, anything. Okay.
Both work,
Okay.
personal lives. What comes to mind?
Okay. Well, this might sound perhaps a little bit utopic, you know, but I would like to see a world where each person can work by putting their unique skills into practice as a whole individual, not just based on a specific title or formal training. And I would love to see a world where we genuinely teach each other skills. For example, I know nothing about gardening. Maybe someone could help me grow my own plants. Well, I could help them with writing or practicing a new language. So I believe that all of us have something to share, something to give. When we engage engage in this dynamic of exchange, we get much more freedom. I also imagine a working movement where we understand, we openly accept cultural diversity, and of course, a world with love, the real,
Hmm.
the genuine kind, the kind that allows us to see abundance in simple things and give what we hope to receive.
So beautifully put. Thank you so much. A world with more love, with more acceptance, with more sharing, teaching each other. So beautiful. Thank you so much for everything that you shared. I had an absolute pleasure talking with you.
Thank you
It
so
was
much for
great.
this invitation. That was lovely. Let's keep in touch, of course.
Of course, we'll keep in touch.